Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Tarkir Dragonstorm draft here on the channel. Huge shout out to Wizards of the Coast for the free preview account in the early access event so I could get this recorded for you early. We're going to be going pick by pick, play by play, talking through everything so you know what to do when you draft this format yourself. Okie doke, what are we working with? And we have opened up Pack 1 Pick 1, one of the best rares slash mythics in the set. When it comes into play, it just kills a whole lot of creatures, and then whenever a land you control enters, you create a 4/4 dragon. This is the slam dunk pick out of the pack. Even though it is multicolored, we are definitely going to be playing this, so it's just going to be about making sure it fits into our mana. We can splash it, so keep that in mind. A lot of the time with a green base, so we could just play a teamer deck. We could play a Sultai deck, so green, blue, black, and splash the red, but we are going to be putting this in our deck. Thornwood Falls, the exact sort of land we would like to see along with this card. Sibzig Appraiser is a really nice card because it can help you find your Dragonback Assault. You just get to dig 2 cards deeper for it. And this is probably the card I would strongly consider taking if I was not taking the Dragonback Assault. There's also Channeled Dragonfire, which is a really nice little cheap removal spell that can be used in the late game. And there is Dragon's Prey. So this would be a close pick between Dragon's Prey, I think, and Sibzig Appraiser. If I wasn't taking the Assault, I probably would land on Dragon's Prey, though, just as a nice, cheap removal spell that's pretty easy to cast. Okay, so we've started with the Dragonback Assault. What does this mean? Well, we want card draw to find it. We want just to make sure we end up in the colors that helps us play it, and then we want to have plenty of ways to dig for extra lands. That being said, the best card in this pack might just be Salt Road Pack Beast. This card is fantastic. Really nice addition to the deck. And it just so happens that it's pretty far away from the actual card that we first picked, because there's not really a white-green, a blue-white, or like there's red-white, but double splashing isn't really something you do in red-white, so it's going to be hard to take that here, because it's definitely not as good as the Dragonback Assault. Opulent Palace, however, is a card that I'm strongly considering, because it's 3 colors, blue, green, black, so we could play a Sultai deck that splashes the Dragonback Assault, and so that's a tempting proposition. And then there's also Caustic Exhale as a really good kill spell. And there's Einok Wayfarer as a way to dig for extra lands. And potentially if we mill the Dragonback Assault, we'll have some recursion. But I think for now we'll take the Opulent Palace because we really do want to be able to play this card, and getting the mana to support it is crucial. Okay. Now we see Overwhelming Surge as a kill spell. Deal 3 to a creature, instant speed. It's solid. I don't think it's crazy good. There's Spirited Vanguard is a 5-drop creature, but I think I might just take the Evolving Wilds here. Just continue locking up good mana. We don't really have to choose our base colors yet. We can just stay flexible. We'd like to be green. We don't necessarily care about Roamer's Routine type cards because this card's just a little bit weak, but we'd like to be green. But Evolving Wilds is going to give us a lot of flexibility. So I think we're just going to take that here over Dispelling Exhale. And most likely the card we would have taken if there wasn't Evolving Wilds is this Overwhelming Surge. But you might notice the Overwhelming Surge in terms of color combos that fit with this and Dragonback Assault is just Teamer. So if we play a Sultai deck, we'll have to splash the Overwhelming Surge, which does make it a bit worse. Okie doke. Now the plot thickens. We continue to dive deep into our possibilities. There's a Whirling Storm Brood, a little bit expensive for where I want to go. There is Salt Road Pack Beast. We could have gone just Dragonback Assault into a couple pack beasts down the line, but that's okay. There is Einok Wayfarer, and there is Sibzig Appraiser. The thing I like about this, I guess both of these cards, is they both fit into the Dragonback Assault deck, or that is splashing, or the non-splash version. And I think I'm going to take the Appraiser because I'd rather have a card that can help me like grab the Dragonback Assault rather than just milling it. Though I do think the Einok is quite good. And then Alchemist Assistant is nice. And then the white cards are kind of to be ignored for now. Okie doke. Sultai might be on the menu. We are seeing a lot of Mardu cards. If we hadn't started with Dragonback Assault, like if this wasn't in the pack, we probably would have gone like Prey Upon, so the black removal spell, into a couple of the pack beasts, and we probably would have been able to draft a Mardu deck. But because we have such a strong reason to play Teamer, or at least splash into Teamer, we're just going to be very conservative here. Take the Einok Wayfarer and continue building up this path. Blue-green base can either go black or red, staying max flexibility for now rather than taking something like Overwhelming Surge. Okay. Now, Swiftwater Cliffs, I think, is a pretty easy pick. There is also the Night Watch, though I don't think most players really prioritize this card. There's Earth Carver, there is Tawny back. But hopefully it's interesting to see how the draft gets approached when you start with a card that you want to play that's 3 colors, because that's something that's going to happen in this format. Is you start with a very committal card and then you try to build around it. And Swiftwater Cliffs is going to be good because I'm going to be interested in as much fixing as I can get, so a card that I'm guaranteed to play. I think Tawny back would also be nice. Get that loot going, but... Okay. Is there a world where I care about white mana? I think that's the only color I don't care about with my Windscarred Crag. With the Windscarred Crag, because if I'm playing blue-green white isn't really something in this set. Maybe there's a white card I'd want to splash, but I think I'm much more likely to be splashing black in this situation, so I'm just going to avoid that for now, and I think I'm going to just take Unending Whisper as a way to just dig deeper into the deck for the dragon back, and then if I can mill it with Einok, that's okay. Temur Tawny back is also an option. Draw a card, discard a card, 4/3. I just don't know whether I'm even playing Temur quite yet. I also like Rescue Leopard. This card could also just be a 4-mana 4/3, draw a card, discard a card. We have seen a lot of them. There's Roamer's Routine. I don't love that, though. We, again, don't really care about blue-white. The allied colored lands, so like blue-white, I mean, blue is allied with like black and white. Those are less flexible, so they're not as high priorities as something like a Swiftwater Cliffs, which can go into Temur or Jeskai. I think we will take this over the Rescue Leopard. It's close, but it's mostly because this can fit into my potential Sultai deck. I can't believe Sibzig Appraiser wheeled and Thornwood Falls wheeled. I would have happily taken Thornwood Falls. It's just this card is incredible and perfect for my deck and helps me dig for my card. And yeah, I can't believe this is still in the pack. And Einok wheeled. Like every card that I wanted to take is still in this pack, which leads me to believe blue-green is wide open. So Einok does potentially mill your Dragonback Assault, but the way you have to think about it mentally is it's just as likely that the Dragonback Assault is on like the bottom 3 cards of your library, and milling it lets you plan around the fact that it's milled. So you can't be like, okay, I'm hoping to top deck this. Then you have to change your strategy. And if you can get some recursion, then you don't have to worry about it either. You just can play it. This is actually a useful land for me because if I do want to play Sultai, which I totally could, I've got 2 blue-green cards, 2 blue cards, and things like that. I could totally play Sultai splash red for the Dragonback Assault. And so the black-red land is actually a useful one for me. And now we will just take the Dragonstorm Globe, I think, over the Crocodile. Crocodile's okay, but I think we're happier here. And now we'll take Focus the Mind. Keep taking these blue-green cards, and this card draws me a lot, and I can potentially double spell with it. I think this pack has gone about as good as it could have. We still are very non-committal. We're not going to play the Dragonstorm Globe. We're very non-committal. We could still go either into red or into black as our third color. We've got good fixing, quite a few lands. Tiger's not bad. And overall, I think we're in a good position here. Now, moving into pack 2, what we are lacking is interaction. We don't have any removal spells, which could be a problem. So we're going to prioritize those. Here, there is Keru Goldkeeper. So if you have a Graveyard Synergy deck, this card can do good work and also just be a good card on its own. There is Rugged Highlands, which we'll hope to wheel. And there's Dragon's Prey, which is a kill spell. I think we're going to have to take this here. And I think it's going to be pretty reasonable. Thunder of Unity is a good card, but not for our deck. There's a lot of good options to potentially wheel in this pack. There's Rugged Highlands that could wheel. Narset's Rebuke probably won't, but it's solid. Dispelling Exhale, Snakeskin Veil. Keru Goldkeeper's not going to wheel, but I think Dragon's Prey is a necessity for our deck. And splashing black, even if we play Temur, we could splash black just for Dragon's Prey. That's a totally splashable card. One of the benefits of it. Well, that's messed up. Getting this card is going to help us a lot. This card is very, very strong. Just making 2 5/5s. Super good. I would love Auroral Procession. It's not going to come back, but it would be good. So if we mill the dragon back with one of our Wayfarers, we can get it back. But this card is too powerful to pass up. Just 10/10 worth of stats for 5 mana, and then it doubles them both, so they both have to be chump blocked pretty much. There's another Thornwood Falls, Trade Route. Inoc, but this is a very easy. There's also Knockout Maneuver, which is a great card. So this would have been a really good pack for us. We could have happily taken like every card in that pack. Now there's Eshki Dragonclaw. So if we've cast both a creature and a non-creature, we draw a card and put 2 counters onto Eshki. There's also Auroral Procession and Sibzig Appraiser here. I mean, I think we're just going to take the Eshki, and then we'll just play Teamer and Splash Black for the Dragon's Prey. I think Auroral Procession is great, don't get me wrong, but at this point, we're not going to need to rely on the Auroral Procession. If we mill one of our good cards, we now have so many other cards that are good that we don't need to be like, oh, we won't find any more good cards. We have a good mix of creatures and non-creatures, so Eshki, if we ever trigger it, is just so formidable that it's going to be worth taking here. I love Sibzig as well. I think Auroral's good. Inoc, this draft is pretty much going the stone cold nuts perfect for us. And it also plays really well with the Iridescent Tiger. So here, I think we can take Rakshasa's Bargain. Another good way to dig. And because we're often going to be casting this as like one of the last cards in our hand, the hybrid mana really pays off. And also we can cast it for 3 if we get good fixing. There's also Caustic Exhale. We could try to take that and splash it. We could even take Rugged Highlands. That's not the weirdest decision to do in terms of just getting more mana. We already have 4 lands, though, so I think we'll be okay on that. The Iridescent Tiger is looking a lot better now that we have the Eshki, because that's pretty good. Little synergy to have access to, but I think that the Bargain is going to be a really good addition to our deck. And hopefully we can get a Rugged Highlands back. I don't think it's again, it's not one of the most in-demand gain lands. You have to think about the way it's going to factor out. Only other teamer drafters really care about that one, because nobody else is playing red-green usually, unless they're splashing, which of course is a thing you can do. But that's why Bloodfell Caves was pretty reasonable for us, because we got the black part of it. We've kind of got a couple of black sources. We kind of have 4 black sources with just 1 swamp, which is really nice for our Dragon's Prey. The Tiger also kind of helps sometimes with that. Unending Whisper is pretty reasonable. Overall, we've got a lot of the cards that I would like in this sort of deck, and now it's just about finding interactive spells. Okay. So here, this is our first pack that's kind of bad for us, but Sultai Devotee is still a great addition. It's a 2-drop that if we don't have blue mana for some reason, it gets us our blue mana, and it also is a way to splash black for our removal spell or our bargain or something like that. I do like the Pack Beast, but we're not going to try to splash it. We're just going to keep our nice little conservative mana base here. And also 2/1 Death Touch is just totally reasonable. Now there is Snakeskin Veil. There's also Dragonfire Blade. So it's a 1 mana thing that equips and costs 1 less to activate for each color of the creature it targets. So we have a couple of 1/1s, so giving those +2/+2 is pretty reasonable. And there's also like a 3-color creature. But yeah, buffing up our guys does not seem overly important. So I think I'm going to take the Rescue Leopard. Inoc or Opulent Palace or Formation Breaker. Formation Breaker is not as good in our deck. Inoc is reasonable. We already have 2 of them, but I think getting the land is going to be better here, because I think we are going to splash black for Dragon's Prey, and the more free black sources we can get, the easier that's going to be. Also, just getting a blue-green land makes it easier to put more red sources in our deck. I wouldn't mind Teamer Devotee, I don't think either. Beautiful. We get another removal spell. This is just what the doctor ordered. Now we have a second one to go along with our Dragon's Prey. And also this, keep in mind, this could be, even if we abandon the black splash, which I don't think we will, because we now have 1, 2, 3, 4 if we play a swamp, 5 with the swamp, 6 black sources that fit pretty seamlessly into our deck. We're going to be pretty happy. And we did wheel the Rugged Highlands. Perfect. There's also Narset's Rebuke, though. I do like Narset's Rebuke here. But now that I have access to any black removal spells I see, and I've already got 2 removal spells going into pack 3, I think I'm just going to keep taking the lands, because I'm going to make playables very easily. Similarly, I don't really need this. I don't have a ton of dragons anyway. But the Narset's Rebuke would be reasonable to take. And we got back a Auroral Procession. That's perfect. Our deck does have a lot of powerful cards. I was hoping to get this back, but I didn't think I would. And now any Inoc Wayfarer gets even better. Okay. This feels a little bit messed up. I think I can take another Auroral Procession here. And now we get the gain land. It's kind of crazy that the pack had Auroral Procession, Einok Wayfarer, and Sipsig Appraiser in it. That's just wild to me. I'm just going to take this card so I can mill 2 and gain 2. Actually, if I need that. Well, this deck is fundamentally unfair in what we're doing to people with this deck. I kind of maybe wish that I'd taken the Wayfarer now, just because I'm going to be casting so many powerful cards. I don't need Watcher. I have got really good mana, too. Maybe I was supposed to take the Einok or the Sipsig over the second Auroral Procession. There's also Dragon's Prey, but I think we're just going to take Roar of Endless Song number 2 pretty easily here. And then we try to wheel Narset's Rebuke or Swiftwater Cliffs, though I would take Narset's Rebuke over Swiftwater at this point. I have 4, 5, 6, 7 lands. So my mana base is looking really good. Okay, perfect. Kishla Trawlers is a great addition to the deck. It can get back Auroral Procession. Auroral Procession can get back Kishla Trawlers. There is Fangkeeper's Familiar, but at this point, I don't think we need to go extra fancy. We can just splash the 1 Dragon's Prey with 1 Swamp and be pretty okay with that. Attuned Hunter's okay as well. Earth Carver, but this is a pretty easy Kishla Trawlers. This card is great in my deck. So it looks like we have 26 cards here, but remember we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lands. So we really have 19 playables here. So we're trying to add a few more to make our deck a little bit smoother. We continue to have good creature, non-creature balance, which is good for the Eshki. This card's pretty sweet, but we're not going to be anywhere near playing that. Now it's between Unending Whisper number 2 and Sagu Wildling. Nothing else is particularly close. We're not going to try to be casting. So like red is going to be our tertiary color. We're going to be blue-green base. So I guess we don't. I mean, yeah, we have a good number of green cards. And the 2 Inox and the Sultai. So we're not going to be trying to cast red 2 drops really. So we're just going to take the Sagu Wildling, I think. Get a little bit of extra fixing into the deck. Another non-creature / creature for Eshki. Overall, I think this draft is going pretty well. This is a nice card draw effect. But we already have the Rakshasa's Bargain. This is the third white card I could consider splashing, but I'm not going to. We're just going to take another Auroral Procession here. And honestly, this card's messed up in our deck, I think. Just giving our creatures +1/+0, trample, and haste is pretty messed up. But having our creatures draw cards when they deal damage is pretty excellent as well. So I think this is the pick, even though I would love Molten Exhale. It's so tricky to know what's right sometimes when you have all the options in the world. But like +1/+0, trample, and haste is so good if we have this card in our deck that I think it's worth taking. And now we're going to take the Sagu Pummeler. Give ourselves a reach creature. Mammoth Below or Encroaching Dragonstorm. So this is a big creature. This is a bunch of mana. I think we'll take the big creature. Because we don't have any dragons to bounce it back. Now, Rugged Highlands is a nice little free roll. We already have playables, so any extra lands are useful. And we did wheel the Narset's Rebuke, which is huge for us. Because we were a little bit light on removal. Then I'll take Unending Whisper over Twin Bolt. Yep, I think that's the pick. I do now wish, based on the fact that I got all 3 Auroral Processions, that I had taken an Einok over one of them. I'll take another Unending Whisper over the Bewildering Blizzard. I don't really believe in the Blizzard that much. Humbling Elder. Yeah. I'm not going to play all 3 of these. I'm going to probably play 2 of them. This was a really tricky draft because everything was so perfect for me. Made it a little bit harder. I'm going to cut Focus because I think Unending Whisper is going to be better in that role. Even though it's such a good combo with Narset's Rebuke. I'm also going to cut the Tiger. Actually, Tiger works pretty decently. I can play Tiger and re-roll it into another 5-drop. That could be a good way to catch up if I fall behind. It's 44 cards. My mana's really good. I think I want to play 1 Swamp. Because 1 Swamp adds 2 black sources for my black spell. / my bargain. Because if I don't have the black removal spell, I only have 1 kill spell, 2 kill spells. And then this is kind of kill. I think I want enough interaction to really make it work. And I think Reach is useful. This is going to be extra mana fixing. Gosh. I wish I had another 2-drop there, to be sure. But I have a lot of tap lands, so my early turns are going to be spent on tap lands. I don't need 3 Unending Whispers. My creature, non-creature. I have more non-creatures than creatures, but these are all creatures, so. That's like really swinging it a little bit. So that's like 15 creatures, 10 non-creatures. I don't know if I need Rescue Leopard, though I do think I might struggle with Flooding. And it does play great with Unending Whisper, so I think I will keep it. Dull Devotee is nice. I could just cut the Black Splash and just have a really consistent mana base and it'd just be more vulnerable. But I could also just be more proactive then. Let's see what the deck looks like if we do that. So we do it like that. I think I'm going to try this build for starting. And then I don't need Bloodfell Caves after that. So how many red blue sources? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blue sources. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 red sources. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 green sources. So I'm going to add a green source, cut a blue source. This is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 green sources. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blue sources, but this can get a blue. Then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 red. Yeah, I think I'm going to run it like this. I think Molten Tiger is honestly going to be pretty reasonable here. But yeah, let's run it like this and see how it does. And then we can always add the Black Splash later if we want. That's going to do it for this draft portion. I'll see you in the games. Before I get to the games, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the people who support my channel and my work at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. Patreon support helps me make high quality content on a consistent basis that will help you improve at draft and have more fun playing Magic the Gathering. Patrons also gain access to exclusive bonus resources like my card by card tier list where I grade every card in the set on an A through F scale, and my format thoughts document where I provide extra insights and stuff that I'm thinking about while playing the format. I want to give a special shout out to those patrons who support at the credits level. It really does make a big difference. And without further ado, let's get to the games. Welcome to round number 1. We are playing against friend of the stream, Protocols. I forgot to change to my teamer equipment. We're just going to play out our tap lands early here. Nice, he has a 2-drop. I'll play my 4/3. Nicely done. I will no longer play my 4/3. Sipsic Appraiser trades better with the Champion of Duran. Put this into our hand. It's a 4/4. Okay, that's not great for us. We are going to take a bit of a hit. Let's buy ourselves a little bit of time here. We can buy that back later. Red, green, blue. You can punch this and it's not great for me. Does he have the kill spell? I think he does. Terrifying. Oh my gosh! That's a pretty devastating. This is where I just hope he doesn't have another kill spell. But he could. Sure. He plays a land. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh. Just super messed up, honestly. Just has the nuts. Oh, I messed that up. Actually, no, this was going to give Vigilance and Trample and 2 counters to it. Okay. I feel like this was a bit of a fluke. Our deck is really good, and he just kind of had, like, the perfect way things lined up. Unfortunate. Okay, well, we'll see you next round. We'll do better. Welcome to another round. We made one change to the deck. We cut our second copy of Unending Whisper for the Rakshasa card because we have these to make it cheaper, and also just like the 4 mana. Look at the top 4, take 2 is pretty reasonable as well. I think our deck wins any late game. Without fail, pretty much. So it's really just a matter of can we find enough early game to not die. I think I want to draw a land, so I will draw before I fetch. Perfect. Blue, green, red. So I already have all my colors, so I will fetch now. So playing against a weird color combo here. So I already have red. I'll get blue. Perfect. Play that a little bit dicier. Going Tiger into Song seems pretty messed up. Luckily, they don't have 7 cards in their graveyard for Tursa. Try to decide which 3-drop to play. Block Tursa. Probably my Death Toucher. And the reason I played this now is because I think that I might just not block Tursa. And I might just like use this so I can loot. Because I just need to find an untapped land. And then I think I can't possibly lose. So I'm actually going to take 6 here. Okay, come on, deck. Don't fail me now. Ugh, pain. So this is going to dig for a land. No! Yeah, maybe he was too greedy to try to kill this. I can go tiger, this. Oh no, I choked. I needed to try to draw land. Oh no. Oh my gosh, I just went too fast. Am I gonna lose because I'm just being kind of a dope? Maybe. Oh my gosh. Maybe I need the black splash just to have more removal because I'm just losing these games. Because I can't pressure them enough to the point where like I don't lose to just them having a removal spell. If this deck goes 0-3, I'm gonna be so disappointed. Wow. Focus up, Nikolai. This is just... This feels rigged. I'm just... Like, if they didn't have a flyer, I would just be chilling, and now this thing's gonna eventually kill me. Getting rid of the Kishla Trawlers felt okay at the time, but now it's not feeling as good. Oh, please survive. Please survive. No! 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 Please! It just needs to hold for one more turn. Yes! Please work. Please. I just don't want to go 0-3. My deck is a masterpiece, I swear. Oh, no. Yes, they're tapped out. Why wouldn't they attack both? It doesn't even matter. I'm alive! I'm alive! Thank goodness I'm alive! And I have a flyer! Yes! Yes! Oh, I feel like I'm just like living in a nightmare. My deck is so sweet and I'm just like getting pummeled. Oh, we've got the win. Okay, we're not 0-2. We're 1-1. We're playing 5 rounds. We got a chance to just go 4-1. Rock'em Sock'em Robot style. Okay, what can I change? I'm adding in the Black Splash. Executive Order. Also, kind of want to just cut this card, but it's... Ugh. So we're adding in a Swamp too. We're going to cut... Oh, so we can cut one of these maybe. I immediately feel a lot safer having a 3rd removal spell to get back with my Kishla Trawlers and stuff. Saga Pummelers has been very clutch. Don't think I need the Tiger all that much either. Okay. Let's do it. My gosh. I really kind of like the Unending Song, though. It's just, I don't think I have room for it because a lot of my lands come into play tapped. And so casting a 1-mana spell is actually kind of like a big deal because it's like, can I afford to play a tap land and do that? Okay. This actually works out pretty well. Gonna get a mountain. I'm just going to play this so I have access to the Dragon Spray if I need it. And maybe I'll even loot away this, but I'll probably loot away a land. Okay, I'm not a big fan of Corroding Dragonstorm. I just don't think it does enough. Like, I'm really happy to see that right now. Instead of just a creature. We're going to just play the most stats possible here. Start the beatdown train. Get rid of the evolving. No, I can keep evolving. I'll get rid of forest. I already have 2 green sources. This will be my 2nd blue source. This can get another red. I really don't need the damage. I think I will win the late game, probably. Okay. I don't want to draw lands. This is like marginally better because it thins my deck. I already have a 2nd red there. Might as well get it though. I already have my black mana there. Just pass. Trading 3 drops, not the end of the world. Feels so good about this Dragon's Prey being in the deck. Okay, they're getting Dragon's Globe. They're so dead. The extra stats are going to be better. Because next turn I'm doubling everything, killing their blocker, and the game's over. Yep. Nice. I mean, they didn't really cast anything, but... Okay. 2-1. Nice. Do I want to make any more changes to the deck? I don't really feel like I need more late game. Like, maybe I don't need 2 annoyance. Maybe I'd rather play a tiger over one of them. But maybe I'd rather play Dragon Globe. This is tricky. Gosh, it's so hard to know what's right. These are such a tricky build. Because and the draft itself was also kind of hard because I had literally every card I wanted to wheel. I think I overemphasized the spectral procession, like the amount I needed to emphasize it. Okay, perfect. This is green mana. So I can still play Eshki on curve. Actually, no. I need a blue or a green land to be able to do that. I have red, blue, / green, but not both. Being on the play is really important in this format because this way I can play a 3-drop to the board. I'm just going to get the Rescue Leopard down. And then I can get rid of the Swamp with it. If I don't need a land by that point. I'm just trying to play Eshki on curve. Narcissus Rebuke into something. Okay. Red, green, blue. Yeah. Okay, I can afford to play the island here. Eshki. So it's got Vigilance, Trample, Ward. These two are coming down next turn, probably. I'm gonna slow play this. Because one way to lose these games is by using your Narcissus Rebuke on a 2/2, not drawing a spell, and then just playing a big dragon, and the game's over. Maybe I should have attacked, though. Another way to lose the game is by being too conservative with your Eshki. It's funny because I was actually going to make it a 2/2. Gosh, was I supposed to just go for Eshki killing this thing? Gosh, I'm gonna lose now. Oh. I have so many good cards in this deck. I don't think I'm gonna lose. I'm just gonna draw one of them eventually. They're gonna get all this value, and then I'll just like kill it everything with a 3, dealing 3 to everything. Yeah, or just do that. I'm gonna hold a land in case I get the opportunity to discard it, I think. Though I guess I would only do that if Rescue Leopard came back. They have so many cards in hand. But like killing their 2/2 wasn't that relevant to me. So I felt like saving it was better. Making Eshki a 6/6 would have been nice, because then I could have hit him for 6 too, because I was playing scared. Wow, they don't want me to discard a card? It's a little bit shocking. I'm so sad. I was going to play the Sagu Wildling, and then I got greedy. Always a bad sign. And in my greed, I was like, I can kill their thing and then play Sagu Wildling. They can hit me for 10. I figured they might have a counter spell or something. Nope. I just wanted to gain some life. I figured this is going to be better in my hand than this is. Somehow I'm back. I mean, I felt like I was in trouble for a little bit this game, but I've kind of just resurgenced. Okay, okay. So I can get back a permanent. So there's 4, so they can block 2 5-powered creatures. Take 12. If they block a 2-powered in this thing, then they take 15. They don't die. Okay. Oh, I could lose this game somehow, and it would be all my fault. Like, dying from 5 is a total thing that could happen. Oh, thank goodness. I feel like I'm not playing well. It's kind of tough. I feel like I had such a weird draft where everything was going my way that like it was like impossible to mess up, and yet I like losing that first game really rattled me, and then almost losing the second game. And then that game I almost lost. And I feel like it's like there's like something off a little bit. But we have one more round to go. Is there any changes I want to make to the deck? The black splash definitely feels correct. I don't think I need 3 of these. I think 2 of them is a good balance. I might not even need any of them because my deck is just so many powerful cards. Maybe the Frostcliff Siege isn't very good. I just think it's so good to give +1/+0 and trample to these things. Oh my gosh, it's so tricky. Oh man. I think I should have taken the Anok over the one spectral thing. I think the spectral's good though. It's just it gives me late game insurance. I don't really need that much late game insurance. It's just tricky deck to build. The iridescent guy is okay. Helps me with the Eshki. But okay, the final round. I only play 5 rounds with each deck because that way I get to try even more decks. It's fun. Oh, I'm perfect. I'm still recording. Okay, doke. Perfect. We'll keep this. We can get red mana with this. I'm tempted to like a Royal Procession back this thing. Being on the play is a huge advantage. Okay, I need to get red mana. And I am a big fan of the Rescue Leopard. If I go Eshki, Rescue Leopard can discard the Mammoth below. And then cast it relatively easily because it'll cost only 4. Oh my gosh, I've been reading this wrong the entire time. I thought this said return target permanent from your graveyard to your hand. Oh my gosh. I feel like I messed up a previous draft by not doing this properly. Oh my gosh. Why was I reading that wrong? I feel like they've been templating a lot of them like that. Returning target card is so much better. It's tough. I just want to play Roar of Endless Song. All these tap lands are hurting me. I probably should have played the Opulent Palace instead. Even though I wanted to fetch this up, I should have played the Opulent Palace because I was like, oh, I don't want to give them the information that I have it, but it won't change any of their plays. And if I play this, it means that I don't have to fetch out one of my... So it makes my odds of drawing an untapped land worse now. So that was silly of me. I already 2 green. I want 2 blue. This will be good blue. So I'm either casting Eshki or Roar. I would way rather cast Roar. Red, blue, green. So it doesn't really matter what I get with this. As long as I get something. I already have black mana, yep. Come on, land. Well, we didn't do ourselves any favors there. We do have this, though. And now our next 2 turns are scripted, pretty much. Ward 1 does help a little. It's funny that I have 2 Roar of Endless songs. I'm at 20, and oh my gosh, of course they have Roar of Endless songs. I will trade if they attack. I'm kind of priced into it, almost. I will play the Sultai Devotee to be able to block one of the elephants. Honestly, I'll probably put both these next turn. Gosh. I could have beat them to the punch is what hurts so bad about it. If I drew every single land was a tap land this game. Which I do have a lot of tap lands, I guess, but tap land, tap land, tap land, Evolving Wilds. Evolving Wilds. Gosh darn it. I'm gonna lose. This thing is gonna kill me by dealing 14. Do I want to lose to just 1 removal spell? I think I have to accept that as my... Do I? If I play this, then I can beat a removal spell. If I play this, I can't. Actually, I can still beat a removal spell this way. I would just have to chump with my 5/5. Because I want to have these big guys in play so I can threaten to deal 20 to them. Especially because this thing can clean up any small guys they play to be chump blockers of their own. This card's messed up. Gosh, if I'd been able to do this to them, they don't have good chumps. They would have had to play out chump blockers. Oh, gosh. Of course, that survives my Dragonback Assault. This globe. I do have some outs. Like, if I draw my trample card, I think I win. I have a kill spell I could draw to kill that. Gosh. Flying Vigilance Trample. This gives me my best chance, I think. If I'd drawn a land, I could have forced the jump. But... Take this. And this. Wrong removal spell. If it had, I couldn't have done it with Dragon Spray either. No need for me to get over zealous here. I lose to a removal spell, but I didn't want to lose to a Snakeskin Veil. If they had the kill, they would have killed me already. That's how I'm going to cope with the long wait. They're trying to decide what to do. Honestly, them pumping with this was, and getting the counter from this was really significant, because me going to 6 with this would be a pretty big deal. Okay. Gosh. What a match this has been. They have to block at least one of them. I'm saving this land so I can play Assault plus this. After I chump block their rune scale guy this turn. I'm still dead to a kill spell. I've been dead to a kill spell this entire sequence. This card has owned me. My gosh. Just owned me on a whole nother level. Oh my gosh, what a rip. 5 into this. No, but they gained 3. Oh man. This can't kill me on its own though. Gosh. I do lose to Snakeskin Veil, but they didn't play it, so they don't have it. Gosh. This is insane. This game has been so close. Holy heck. Narset's Rebuke off the top to keep me alive. I feel like my deck should be crushing people. Like, I've played some crazy cards. Also, realizing that I could draw Auroral Procession and just get back a kill spell changes everything. My gosh. What the heck was I thinking? Why didn't I read that card properly? Like, I've been reading it over and over for weeks now. Not weeks, but ever since it got revealed, I read it, and I just read it as permanent. No! Why are you playing so slowly, opponent? I don't have reach. I'm tilted. My opponent is... I don't know what they're doing. Their guy has flying. My gosh. Dude, this is just... They had me dead twice. Why didn't they just kill me? Okay, I'm not ending on that game. Gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm going to play one more. I'm adding in this card, I think. Actually, no, I won't. I'll just keep it straight up. My gosh. That game was so close. If they hadn't had that orb to just put counters on things, ugh. I feel like they also, yeah, just devastating. Well, we might not win this one. Ham TV's pretty good at draft. Gosh, we were so close to winning that too. Love seeing the exhale, love seeing the song. Honestly, missing that untapped land to play the song was pretty important. Nope, gonna play the fourth so I can play the Wayfarer. Oh, that's frustrating. I don't really want a 2-2. There's a little sound effect that this thing makes. Oh, man. They're in kind of a pickle here. They're probably going to take Molten Exhale. Yep. Worst possible 3-drop for them to play from my perspective. Just like any other 3-drop, I just kill it. Move on with my life. And I need this kill spell. It's funny how magic works sometimes. I was really confident in this game, especially because once I play my kill spell, I essentially have 2 more copies of it. So I'm going to play blue on the last turn. I already have red and green. It doesn't really matter what I get. That's a great draw. That's a tremendous draw. I don't mind them putting the counter here because I'm going to get a 5/5 that can trade with it. I feel like I'm going to lose this game. He only has 3 lands. Oh my gosh. I don't want to lose this game. Okay. Next turn, I'm going to strike. I can't possibly lose this game. I'm going to have a 4-2 record. This deck has been so stressful for no reason. It's just because it feels like it's so broken, and at the same time, I'm just, like, losing. Yeah, they're dead. Okay, perfect. Let's go. Ending with a 4-2 record feels a lot better than ending with that loss that we had, that agonizing loss. Even if it happens when they get stuck on 3 lands. Oh, feels good. Well, this was, I don't know. I feel like it was a roller coaster. I think I drafted well. I think I played well for the most part. And yet, it feels weird. But that's what happens when you first pick a Dragonback Assault. This card's way better. I mean, I should have found room for the last copy. Being able to get back your removal spells is so important for this deck that did not have a lot of removal. And I just did not even... I did not read the card properly, which is that happens with the new set. Hopefully my misread helps you read properly in the future. I think maybe I should have played the Tiger, so when I do get to 5 mana, I can really stabilize, cast 2 things in a turn. But regardless, cool build. I'll be interested to hear what you think of it. And thanks again to Wizards for the free preview account to let me get this recorded early. I mean, our cards were really good just across the board. Fantastic cards. We didn't get to do much with the Siege, but like, imagine we give our stuff +1/+0 trample and haste, and then we just play this on turn 5. Like, this into this is just like game over, pretty much. Like, you just hit them for 6. Next turn you hit them for 12, and the next turn they can't possibly survive, really. But pretty cool deck. I hope you enjoyed it. If you made it to the end, leave hashtag Teamer Time in the comment section down below, because this is one of the most insane Teamer decks you're ever going to see. We had 4 of the rares, 4 Teamer. I mean, this card's also a rare for Teamer, so kind of 5 rares for Teamer. And it was overall a ton of fun to play, even though it was kind of stressful and we had some crazy matches. But yeah, that's going to do it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.